Hello everyone. Tonight I think I'm going to work on a Coast Guard style patrol boat. Um, so with the new Supernova Academy collection, the kit, we have the marble floors, and I kind of want to use those quite a bit. So I like the fact that I can get a nice clean white floor piece, and it's strong because it's made of marble. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Let's see here. I'm going to put two of these 16 by 16s down, and then I'm going to follow that up with some 2 by 16s on each side, all the way up, and then switch over to some 2 by 6s here. One in the middle, one there, one there, another 2 by 16, and then a 2 by 6. Measure way over there, and a 2 by 8. There we go. And then we're going to do 2 more 2 by 6s, and then one more. There we go, and a 2 by 8. And that should make our bow. That looks pretty good. So that's the shape I want to go for. Let's go ahead and build these walls up a little bit here. So we're going to go 3 more on top of each of these. I know it's going to have a flat bottom, which is kind of weird for a boat, but it's Lego. I could make it a little better, I guess. I should. Yeah, I should. Alright, so let's see here. Let's go with some 2 by 4s. We'll bring it all the way out on that. And the same here. And we'll stack them up 3 high as well. Measure out one more. It's looking good. And I'm just going to stack it straight up at the edge on this one. So I'm going to nudge it out further than the bottom piece. Keeps moving twice when I try to move one. 1, 2, and 3. Alright. 1, 2, 3. 1. Oops. 2 and 3. And we'll do the 8s again, 2 by 8s. Alright, so it's kind of blocky, but the bottom's not exactly 100% blocky. Yeah, I could have done better, but and I should. This is for a tutorial. But actually, I kind of like it this way. This gives me a little more room. I'm going to keep it. So now I'm just going to throw a little wall here. Put a wall right in the middle there. Switch plate there. We're going to need some balloons for buoyancy. We don't want them sticking out in the open, so one there, 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, so looking at the black, for those that don't know, looking at the black part of that, at the very back part of the black of it, will allow you to place balloons on their side, or anything else for that matter. You put 4 pieces on their side, just in case you don't know already. Let's see here. Alright, and we'll put another one right there. That there. And again, we're going to look at the very back part of that black. Right now I'm on the front part of it, or top part of it. Now I'm looking at the very back, or bottom, however you want to look at it. Alright, placing that there, moving it all the way over this way, as far as I can, where it works. There we go. 4 should be plenty in the front. I don't imagine it's going to be too heavy of a boat. Plus I do want to have some room for a chest maybe in the front. And let's see, we're going to need some 2x6s, I believe, would work back here. Yeah, that'll work good. 3 of those down. 3 of those. What do we have? Floors. We have 4x4s, 8x8s. With that one, I'll go with 4x4. And later on, after I break this piece, we can throw a 2x4 in there. This will make getting into the boat a little easier if we're in the water. Alright, so we're going to need a canopy. So, for the filter, I want to switch over to Imperial Survival. I want to add that. Go to building parts, supports. Let's grab this. Look at that. That might need to go up forward a little bit. Yeah, let's move that forward a bit. And that's the Imperial Awning 2. And of course that's going right in the way. Well, maybe not. Yeah, I think that'll work. And how far forward is that? Looking at this, it's a 2x8. Yeah, so it's 8 studs from the back. Looking at this, yeah, these balloons are all under the surface. So we can build on top of that now. Let's go with big 8x8s. Put it right there. One there. Could put one there. Yeah, why not? I'm kind of just building it on the fly. Do some 4x4s here. And we'll do a 2x16. And a 2x4. I want to keep it balanced. So, put a 2x4. And 2x8s. There we go. That way it's nice and balanced. I wonder what would the first order roof pieces look like on here. There's a big one. I don't really use these very often. there a corner piece, please? No. Okay. Let's do a corner piece we get. So I could try that. Put those down. There we go. That's a little different. Yeah, I don't like it. We're definitely going to need some rockets to get this thing going. So let's get some rockets. I'm wondering, do I want to put them down lower than that even? I think I do. So let's go ahead and actually, let's lift this thing up. Let's start with our lights, our fake lights. Okay, that didn't work. I know there's parts that we can place them on these gray pieces. There we go. A little tricky sometimes. Oh, I don't have the silk fabric I need. Just grab some of that. Might have some. Oh. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to have to go make a run for some silk fabric. Luckily I've got plenty over at 24, which is my Daedalus ship from Stargate. Yeah, I need to work on the bottom of that. Once it's in the air, we can really make this thing look better. But we've got a good shape for it now. Alright. And here we go. There's my Daedalus ship. I really like this ship. It's not a vehicle in this world. It's just a base. It is connected to the ground. Just way up in the air. Whoa, what happened to my circle? I'm losing pieces. Alright, well. Okay. Well, that's happening. I guess that's just Fortnite. Alright, that should be plenty of silk fabric. Let's see. I'm gonna need some more torches and cord. The cord's up here also. There we go. Torches are over here. There we go. Alright, back to number 30. Alright, so we're back. Got the slide. Get this thing up in the air. Also decorating it with the deactivated balloons. I'll make those as if they're the light bar or whatever. At least that was the plan. There we go. How did I do that? There we go. Now I just gotta make sure I turn off each of these because I don't want them actually activated. This before. just for looks, at least for now. Some of them I can actually use later on. I'm gonna get rid of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright. Let's see, let's go ahead and put our seat in. Let's get ourselves a big seat. We'll put that in the front, in the middle. We'll go back a couple spots. Alright, nothing happened to any of the controls, which is good. Alright, so we do want it to lift up though. So I'm going to start with the second one in. No, I'll start with the one all the way in. And I'll put that on channel 3 just because for me that's what I usually use for lift. Of course, assign it to what you like. It would help if I were to break this. Alright. And now we're going to put a switch down because I forgot to inflate those balloons first. That switch is only going to work on channel 3. And it did nothing. Alright, so when this happens, the only thing you can really do is return to the lobby and hope that it starts working. So, I guess I'm going to return to lobby. Be right back. Alright, so now we're back. Turning those balloons on. Help them level it out a little bit. It's not going to be perfect because I only have 2 balloons currently. Alright. So let's do 2 more. So we did the innermost ones. Now we'll go out 2. Goes on channel 3 as well. That should get it level and airborne. We're not going to keep it airborne, but we do want it airborne so we can actually make the changes to the bottom. It is flat. And we want it to look pretty. Alright. I can set my filters all back up. And I'm going to use the Supernova Academy. I think that's about all I'm going to really need. Alright, so floors, I'm going to do not 2x8, I'm going to do 2x6s. There we go. Just 3 of those there. Moved on me. Alright. I'll put one more 2x4 under there. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm starting to get the right shape. Go. getting some shape, getting the shape here. Some 2x8s. Maybe just put a couple balloons in the base, move them down here, or we just leave them where they are. They're fine there, I guess. Do some more 2x8s, or 8x8s. One there. Just nothing directly behind it. So that was there. Get trimmed up a little bit there. In the middle. There we go. Let's put a 2x4 there instead. That looks good. Alright, and another 2x16. And one here. And there. Resources. Let's go get some more marble. Two by 16. Two by 8, go back there. One there. So I'm going to do some 2x6s now. Center it right there. Center it there. And then I'll put them on each end there. I'm going to do some 2x4s on the sides. Could just turn it. Oh. Come on now. There we go. And there we go. That looks good. It gives it a little rounder bottom. I'm sure they're really a little deeper than that, but it's Lego, and we kind of have to work with what works in this game. Alright, now we're going to need storage. So throw emerald chest down here. That ought to weigh it down a little bit. That's all I can put down is just one. So I'm going to say no, I'm not. I'm going to leave it right there. See if I have some more. Oh, I don't have any more. What do I need? I need... Oh, I don't have any more metal plates. We have metal plates. Alright. I might have some up here. I think I do, actually. Oh, yeah. There we go. That will actually, this might actually work really well. Alright, now I do want to put the thrusters underwater. So what I'm going to do here, I'll put these on channel 4. here. There is a piece in Raven's Roost that I liked. This here. Let's do a 16 long. There we go. And we'll do the small thrusters. Let it settle. Let's go ahead and turn those channel 4 parts off. And the horns are sticking up through the top. Very nice. Turn those balloons back off those channels so that doesn't happen. Alright. It might help to check, see what I got these on. I think they're on 3 by default. Yeah. I like to have channel 2 for my forward. Because I'm on keyboard, and for me, channel 2 is F, and it's easy for me to remember F for forward. R for rotate, or sometimes right, if I have channel 4 for left. Right now we can't steer yet. That moves really up out of the water. Alright. And with those thrusters, turning thrusters. Torn, I don't know if I want to put them down in here, have them hidden. Yeah. Oh, it didn't take. Okay, let's try it again. There we go. Yeah, it looks even. Alright. And that would turn me right, so put that on channel 1, which is R for me. B. Alright, let's go. All those are working. And I'm airborne. So I'll probably have to get rid of some of these front, at least one of these front balloons. 8x8s, which makes it really easy to replace. centered. Since I have one there, I can center it real easily. Maybe. I wish we had first person angles all the time. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, don't have the room for that. Alright. So now we'll just have to put a wall up temporarily. What I wouldn't give for first person view. Now that's good, nice and centered. I have to put another one down on this wall. This time it won't be centered. Now I can look off of that one, a normal one that's not centered. Look at that one to get a centered one. There we go, and nudge it down. There we go. Nice and centered. Let's see how it rides. Get back in the seat. Yeah, that forward, that turn thruster needs to be forward. Let's see what we can do here about that. I like to keep them hidden. I don't know if we're going to have that option. Can't put it there or there. No, we really don't have an option for keeping it hidden. Yeah, so that's not an option. I do want to change this up a little bit and do some 2x8s instead of 8x8s. Let's do a 2x6s. That's 2x4. 2x6. And then 2x8. There we go. Maybe another 2x6. And one more. There we go. That looks good. Alright, let's check out our map. So we got some room here. We can go back at the edge. Hopefully. Sometimes we're in the water, sometimes we're not. So it looks like we're pretty much airborne with thrusters on. It turns decent. Going forward. trick I like to do here is here, because sometimes seeing those rear thrusters is difficult. I like to throw one up there just as an indicator to let me know that that the thrusters are actually engaged. So I'll stick one right there. 2 for forward. That way when it gets to the rear thrusters, I can really see that. Alright. Put one more here. One more here. That one's up higher. The other one didn't want to put it up higher. If I bring it back a little bit, I can. I want the same on both sides, so let's move this one back just a smidge. There we go. That's going to change 4. Change 1. Where are we? Okay, so we started off over here. Right over the rock. This handle's pretty far. Alright, well, let's say this is a success making this boat. And it didn't break. It didn't even look like it took any damage. Nice. And I probably do want to move it away from the wall so it doesn't fuse with the wall on loading. Alright, well, I would say this is a success. Get rid of my marker. There we go. Alright. Yeah, let's see what this looks like in the daylight. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good so far, though. I don't have a bed over here. Well, let's just put a bed down. Alright, so here's the boat in the daylight. It actually, it's pretty quick. Maneuvers pretty well. I'm satisfied with that. It's a decent little boat. I wasn't going for anything really fancy, just wanted a little patrol boat, and I think this works. Could also add some thrusters to help it turn a little tighter, that point in the opposite direction at the back, so opposite what they are in the front. That way get a little tighter turn if I wanted, but it is a boat. It's not supposed to be able to turn real tight, so it works well. Alright, well, that's the end of this video. You guys have a wonderful day. I really don't have a tagline or signature phrase, so, well, have fun. Keep playing.